Good evening and welcome to Greg Mitchell Field on the campus of Missouri Valley College. Tonight, we begin play in the Heart of America Conference Men's Soccer Tournament. The Missouri Valley College Vikings are the #1 seed in this tournament, having won the regular season title, and they clinched that with their win over Baker last Saturday. So the Vikings are the #1 seed. As you can see, the tournament bracket, Valley hosting #9 Mount Mercy. They were a 3-2 winner in overtime to get into this game as they defeated William Penn. Benedictine, the #4 seed, hosting Mid-America Nazarene tonight. #3, Central Methodist, hosting Grandview in Fayette. And the 2nd seed, Baker, hosting Culver Stockton tonight in Baldwin City, Kansas. So the tournament gets underway tonight. The winners will play on Tuesday, and the conference final is a week from tonight. Here's the starting lineup for the Vikings. You'll notice a big change. David Hernandez is in at goal tonight. Aaron Kunda not starting tonight. Dave Hernandez gets that start. Defensively, Ross Clark, Alex Corden, Vinny Magalhaes, and Juric Illich. On the front line, Luka Glusevich, James McLaren, Pedro Garcia, Joan Matoro, and the forwards are Dominic Newton and Clayton Souza. So the Vikings, that's the starting lineup for head coach Vladi Simic, in the 3rd time in his career that Coach Simic has been named the Heart of America Conference Coach of the Year. And we'll have some comments from him coming up in the first couple of minutes of this match. Here is the starting lineup for Mount Mercy. In goal, they'll go with Dane Lee, a freshman out of Kingston, Jamaica. Pedro Jakic, along with Sava Dragic, Timon Weidman, Philip Kovacevic in the starting lineup tonight, as is Luby Pollock, Rohan Lindsay, Junior Diallo. Now, he may be their best player, understand. He has some speed, so he'll be able to keep up with some of these Vikings. Philip Reiser in the starting lineup, as well as Milos Alexic and Orlando Clark. So there you have the starting lineup for head coach Amir Hadzic in his 23rd season as the head coach of the Mustangs, very good friend of Vladimir Simic. So we're about ready to go in the first round. What a busy weekend we have for sports, and we'll be telling you about that as we go along tonight as well. The Vikings 13-2-2, 9-2-1 in conference, and the #1 seed. They're ranked 4th in the nation. They defeated this Mount Mercy team 4-0 back on October 21st in Cedar Rapids. Clayton Souza had 2 goals in that game. Luka Glusevich had a goal in there as well, and also with a goal in that contest for the Vikings was Bel Gert out of the Netherlands. It was a 4-0 game back on October the 21st. Mount Mercy's 8-10 overall, 4-8 in conference play. They defeated William Penn 3-2 in overtime to get to this game. So here we go, the quarterfinal round of the Heart of America Conference Tournament, and we are underway. The Vikings in their white shorts with the orange tops trimmed in white, with the white numerals. As far as the Mustangs, as you can see, they're in their dark blue and gold, their colors, and some numbers that are very difficult to see on that checkerboard jersey. Again, we'll talk to Coach Sivich in just a minute, but Blotty, what he's anticipating tonight from this Mustang team is, he said, they will really pack it in defensively. So it'd probably be a key for the Vikes. It is in any match, but the key for the Vikes tonight if they can get a quick score or two. Here come the Vikings on the attack. They are the #1 seed, ranked 4th in the country. They have already sealed a berth on November 18th as the Vikes go try to send it into the left side, and it's sent out by the Mustang defense. Just underway. I had a chance earlier to visit with Vladimir Simic. Vladimir Simic joins me before this match with Mount Mercy. And Coach, congratulations to your team, a conference championship. In this conference, that's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you. That is a great accomplishment for our team and our school. Very proud of the boys how we finished the year or regular season. Sorry.
You know, and I'll tell you what, you had a lot of new faces on this team this year too, didn't you?
Lots of new faces, and those new faces gave us some impact. So you can't go wrong with that, you know.
And I know that the speed of this team, and that's the key to this team all the time, isn't it?
I mean, obviously that is just extra thing that we have this year that we didn't have much last year. So. We did really good with the guys on the wing. So,
you're in the conference tournament now. You take on Mount Mercy, and I know you and their coach, pretty good friends. You've known each other for a long time, right?
We are very good friends, and coach against each other for a long time. So, it's going to be a battle, but in the same time, we respect each other, and I think it's gonna be a great game of soccer tonight.
Now, Mount Mercy, they won the play-in game, if you will, to get to this contest. So you would be the favorite, but I'm sure your guys are saying, hey, we've got to take them one at a time, right?
That's correct. I mean, like I said, they're a good team. They have some really good players, and it's going to be difficult for us tonight. So we'll do our best to win the game.
I know one thing. By winning that conference championship, you put yourself in the national tournament, but you'd like to get this postseason too, wouldn't you?
You still have to. You still want to roll, and be in a good position before the first round of the national tournament, which is on 18th. So, if we have 2 more games, that would be beneficial for us just to keep playing.
And I know you're pretty humble, but congratulations on Coach of the Year. That's a pretty good honor. 3rd time.
Thank you.
Huh? And it doesn't happen a lot, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thanks.
All right, so there you have some comments from Vladimir Simic talking about this squad and about the Mount Mercy team. And, of course, again, congratulations to Coach Simic. The 3rd time he has been named the Heart of America Conference Coach of the Year, and that's quite an honor for him. Here come the Mustangs. They bring it up their left side. Vikings back on defense. Mustangs would love to get an early goal here and force the action of the Vikings. And the Vikes would just like the opposite. They would like to get an early goal or an early couple of goals and maybe try to put this one away, as they are the #1 seed. But this conference is so difficult, you're going to have to play and battle each and every time out. No shots on goal yet, and we're just underway. Here come the Mustangs on the attack as they work from our left to right, or from north to south, as we look down at Greg Mitchell Field and Volney Ashford Stadium on the Valley campus. Glad you can be with us for tonight's action. Viewing the action tonight. Vikings have it in the Mount Mercy end. Mount Mercy now will take it away. We did have a little bit of rain, and I can't tell if we're in the booth whether it's still misting a little bit. We did have a few raindrops earlier. Not much. It is cool. The breeze is out of the north. Looks like out of a more now of a southwest. It kind of switched around, more of a southwest breeze. Here's McLaren with it for the Vikings, and now it's sent out right at the Viking bench. Vladimir Simic standing up in front of his bench, and Coach Hodzik, same in front of his. Had a nice visit with him earlier. A very nice man. So neither team's had a shot on goal here in the first 6 minutes, first 5.5 minutes. Vikings bring it up the right side. And that is Alex Corden over there. Corden, Dominic Newton. The game winner last week against Baker was a header by Matoro. Jawan with the game winner that gave the Vikings the #1 seed in this postseason tournament. Not a very big crowd, and a few fans coming in. It is a cool night. But if you're inside watching, we're glad to have you with us. Here's a shot on goal, and it is saved by Dane Lee. Lee out of Jamaica, a 6'2" freshman. And he'll send this one to midfield. And it'll go out and handled nicely by Vladimir Simic. So here's the throw in for the Mustangs. That was Dragic who had the honor of the throw in. Now a little attack for the Mustangs, and one of the Vikings, the ball still loose on that left side. That was a pretty good opportunity for the Mustangs. Viking defense got back in time. Ball still loose. Vikings still trying to clear it. And now they will send it up their right side. Keep it in play. On the far side. Give this one off to Glusevich. Now send it all the way back to the left side. That's what the Vikings like to do, is use that entire field. Here's Dominic Newton. Left corner. Keeps it in play, and now knocked out by one of the defensemen for the Mustangs. So, Clark will have the throw in. Goes to the middle of the field. Battle for possession there. Glusevich can't control it. Vikings still keep it in the Mount Mercy side. Now the Mustangs will go to work. Send this one into Viking territory. Want to remind you, as we're watching the action tonight, that there is an event going on downtown Marshall. The gallery pop-up on the square that goes until 10 o'clock. So if you're viewing this on campus, students or anyone, you might want to attend that if you're in the area. The Missouri Valley College Art Club hosting a pop-up art gallery on the square in Marshall. Artwork made by students at MVC on display and for sale. Admission's free, and the event's open to the public. That's going on until 10 tonight, and that's at 12 North Jefferson Avenue on the square in Marshall. So check that out tonight after the match. Again, in goal for the Vikings, David Hernandez tonight out of Spain. Here in Kunda, usually in goal. And there's nothing wrong with here in Kunda. Vladi just wanted Hernandez to get some work in. The Vikings would love to win this postseason tournament, but they already, since they won the conference, have clinched a berth in the national tournament. I'll get some other folks some work as well, and still try to win this match. Hernandez has played in 4 matches, has not given up a goal. The Vikings, as a team, have given up just 11 goals this year, and they have scored 43. On the other side, for the check the Mustang statistics. Here's a long pass up for Clark on the left side. He gets to it, tries to get by a defender. Nice move, keeps it alive. He'll center it, and it's headed away, but Clark will keep it in. As far as Mount Mercy, they've scored 36 goals and given up 40. Dane Lee has given up 25 of those goals, and Hunter Hermson has given up the other 15. Keep an eye on Junior Diallo, number 15, for the Mustangs. He has some speed. He's a good player. And he is out of Senegal. All right, here come the Mustangs. No score. They'll try to get this one to Diallo, and he'll send it wide left. That was Diallo. Diallo has a couple of goals, or 5 goals and 2 assists. Polic is a leading goal scorer. He has 13 goals, so we'll watch for him as well. Luby Polic, number 10. As far as the Vikings are concerned with their goal scoring, Souza has 5, Newton 6, 5 for Garcia, 3 for Illich, and Matorral has 4.
I love our polls. They're just fantastic. Yeah, the fact that the light poll, I can tell the shots. Fabulous.
All right, Vikes. Here's a throw in by the Mustangs. And Clark knocks it out. Vikings trying to keep the pressure on. We're at 32 minutes to go here in the first half, no score. In the quarterfinals of the Heart of America Conference postseason tournament, we'll try to keep you updated on some other scores going on in the conference tonight as well as all the matches being played tonight. McLaren sends it back for the Vikings. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communication Department of the Communications, Humanities, Human Service Division, Missouri Valley College. For the private use of our audience, any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. And of course, when we go on the road covering Valley athletics, transportation considerations provided by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. When we're on the road, we're riding in style in a Ford from Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. The next time you need a vehicle, you need a vehicle for one of your students, check them out. Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. No score. Vikings on the attack again. They'll center one, and it's headed away, but the Vikes keep it in. Souza couldn't clear that one. McLaren has it. Left side. Now he slips, goes down to the turf, and the ball rolls out. McLaren rolls over. And that turf's probably a little bit slick. As I said, I don't see any raindrops now, but shortly before game time, we had a very light rain. 31 minutes to go in this first half, no score. Busy day tomorrow as the Viking football team will host number 2 Baker. We'll have a broadcast of that on moval.edu, also on KMMO radio starting at 1 o'clock with a pregame, 1:30 kickoff. Vikings on the attack. Here's a shot, and that one rolls to the right. Lee dove for it and really didn't have to, but it got closer than I think he thought it was going to get. So the Vikings, a decent chance. I tell you what, that didn't miss by much. That did not miss by much. McLaren in control here. Tomorrow night we'll have women's soccer. The Vikings will host Mid-America Nazarene at 7. We'll have that. So we'll have the doubleheader tomorrow. We'll have the football game, then we'll take a little break, and at 7 we'll have soccer for you. At the same time tomorrow night, as the Vikings try to get this one out of their zone, same time tomorrow night, the volleyball team will be playing a home match. And that's at 7, so we'll keep you updated on that one tomorrow night as well. So there's a lot going on the campus. If you're in the area, hey, there's some great small college athletic events in the next couple of days, and that just shows you how Missouri Valley College fits in as far as the Heart of America Conference hosting all of these tournament games. So we're going to stay busy. Last night in soccer, Evangel beat Mount Mercy 3-1, so Evangel will be the opponent for the Vikings tomorrow night. A yellow card has been given. Yellow card been given to the Vikings. So here come the Mustangs. They send one out in front. Vikings clear it. Vikings looking for an upset. They definitely are the underdog. Women's basketball last night. Missouri Valley went to Hannibal LaGrange, had a big win, scored 98 points. I think it was 98-40. And today at the CMU Classic in Fayette, Missouri Valley men beat Lindenwood Belleville 86-72. The Vikings are 2-0 on the year, and they'll play Lions College tomorrow again at CMU. Vikings looking to score the first goal. And here's Clark with it. Back to McLaren. About 30 yards out now. Swings it all the way to the right side. He'll try to get this one into McLaren. Ooh, just over his head. And Newton not able to come up with it. Now Newton slides for that one in the corner. It'll go out. 27 minutes to go. First half, no score. Nice and warm in here where we are, but a little chilly out there. The breeze picking up again out of the southeast, really. As I say that, I see a young man coming in with nothing but a T-shirt on. T-shirt and sweatpants. Okay. A little more warm-blooded than I am. All right, here's Newton. Try to make a break. Newton gets through a couple defenders, keeps it alive, and Lee comes way out of goal on the right side to come up with that one. And he'll roll it out and give it off to Orlando Clark. Clark was battling with Newton. McLaren for the Vikings with possession off to Montoro. Jawan had it for a moment, now sends it to Clark. Vikings trying to keep the pressure on here. There's a foul, and that foul is going to be on Diallo, I believe, Junior Diallo. So the Vikes will have possession. Souza, or excuse me, Gusevich will send it in. 26 minutes to go in a scoreless first half. Here's Glusevich, sends it in, and that one is sent out of the way by the Mustangs. Now deep into the corner. Vikings trying to keep the pressure on here. Vikes will have a corner here, I believe. They will, and it'll be Glusevich. First corner of the night. Glusevich with the left foot. Sends it in, headed toward the goal, headed again. It's still loose and now knocked away finally. The Vikings had a couple of chances there. They had one header, and then no one could get to it, but the Vikes could not make the Mustangs pay. So throw in coming for the Mustangs here. Vikings keep the pressure on. Send this one in front, but no one's home. For Valley, a lot of blue jerseys there. Here's the pass ahead, trying to get this one to Diallo, and hustling back was Illich. Illich, the defender of the year in the conference. Congratulations to him and everyone who made all conference. Vikings try to get this one to Newton, but the pass will go out. Toward Younghall on the north end. So Lee will Off to McLaren. McLaren at midfield. Tries to get it by one of the Mustangs. Can't do it. One of the Mustangs down on the track. Of course, new turf this year, Greg Mitchell Field, as you probably know by now, and that was a Jakic who hit the track. He scraped his elbow a little bit. Newton keeps it into McLaren. Good pass. Now Clark. Good passing by the Vikings. Here's Vinny Magalhaes. Gain a start tonight. Off to Illich. Illich fires a long shot, and that hits off one of the defenders. Vikings trying to keep that ball in the zone of the Mustangs. Magalhaes sends it to the right side. Of course, you watch this Valley team now to Martoro. They really like to use the entire field. Pass up to Clark. He's onside. And as he tries to send this one in with the left foot, it's knocked away and out by one of the Mustang defenders. So throw in coming for the Vikings. Clark will do that into McLaren. McLaren again goes to the center, and this shot off of the leg. McLaren keeps it in, and now the Mustangs will send it to midfield. And that's Diallo. Good footwork there. But the Vikes take it away, and Ross Clark sends it all the way back to Hernandez. 21 minutes, 21:42 to go in the first half. No score. Reminder from our Chaz Maddie on the Viking Sports Network tomorrow night. Don't forget to set your clocks back an hour as daylight savings time comes to an end. Here's Clark. This one headed away. Vikings keep it in, looking for Newton. They get it to Newton. Defenders back there. Newton gets by one defender, sends it to the middle. Here's a shot, and that's blocked. Toro thought there was a foul there. No call. So they'll send it all the way back to Hernandez off the foot of Illich. If the Vikings win this match, we'll do it again Tuesday night in the semifinals right here at 7 o'clock on November the 7th. No score, though, here. 20 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Dane Lee, the goalkeeper for the Mustangs, will send it in. And here come the Vikings. McLaren has that one knocked away right at midfield. Throw in coming for Valley here. That'll be Clark. Quickly gets it in the left side. Back to the middle. To Souza. All the way to the right side. Mustangs going to pack that defense in. And there's a collision on the far side over there, and one of the Vikings is down, holding it back.
Stand by your clock. Stand by. Stop it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, get your ass up.
And that was Alex Corden. He's up. 18:59 and counting in the first half. Coach Hodzic not too happy about something. You can hear him. You can hear him yelling from here. And he wants to talk to the referee. He wasn't happy about that. Here's this one sent in. Mautoro gets the left foot on it, but it goes a little wide to the left and handled by Lee. 18 minutes to go. And Coach Hodzic still after the referee. Throw in coming from Clark here. Vikings looking for that first goal of this match. Getting ready to come in for the Vikings. It looks like Yakovu ready to come in, it looks like. Gert is into the action for the Vikings. He replaced McLaren. Bel Gert from the Netherlands is in the action. Lottie getting some people into the contest here. Ikovu will come in. No score. The Mustangs on the attack. Now the Vikings would like to counter, but they just send it in all the way down, and Lee comes out a goal. 16 and a half minutes to go in this first half. No score. Mustangs working up the right side. Vikings will send this one out up into the stands. So the throw in comes from the Mustangs. Good move. Oh boy, nice job getting through about 3 defenders. Now the Vikings take it away. Vikings want a counterattack. Here they come. Cross midfield. Working that left side on the run. And one of the Vikings goes down. I think that's Newton. We play on here. The Mustangs have possession. Well, the Vikings are in the national tournament regardless of what they do in this postseason. Of course, the Mustangs have to win it. They would have to win the postseason tournament to get in. So that is their goal, is to win tonight, get into the semifinals, and take their chances there. Mustangs on the attack here. They really have not had any good opportunities yet against Hernandez. Magalhaes may have been called for that tripping foul. So the Mustangs have it on the left side. About 22 yards out. Winding down to the 14-minute mark of this first half. And this one is sent way high and wide right. He sent that one high. So Hernandez will set it up. That wasn't. That one never had a chance. Maybe a little extra adrenaline. I don't know. Here's Newton. Gets through the defense. Working up the left side. Nice move. Center. And that one is sent away by one of the defenders. Looked like for a moment that Sousa was going to have a chance to get a foot on it right in front. Still no score. 13 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the half. Throw in coming for the Vikings on the far side. And let's see, we have several coming into the contest. Coming in for the Vikings, Miguel Fernandez and Sergio Toro come in, and I believe that is Conversano, James Conversano coming in for Mount Mercy. So Vlad going to his bench here, getting some other players in. Everybody on that bench kind of wrapped up tonight. It's a little chilly. Diallo sends it left side, and the Vikings hustle back. Bringing it up the left side to give it to Clark. Clark now to Iakovu. Down to 11:42 to go in the first half. No score, and really not that many shots on goal. Very few. Baker leading Culver Stockton 1-0. Baker is the number 2 seed, and they're leading 1-0 in their match with Culver Stockton. That's being played in Baldwin City, Kansas tonight. That shot went wide left. Mustangs try to get something going here. They would love to put a goal on the Vikings. And make the Vikes. The Vikings' goal is to get a couple quick ones here. At midfield, Vikings will send it in, and what may have been offside anyway, had they been able to get the pass to Fernandez. Here's a shot, and that one's partially blocked, and that is Diallo. You get that ball to him, he has the speed to make something happen. Get a long pass up to Clark. He gets to it, but Lee, weak shot, and Lee was able to handle that. Mustangs at midfield. Boy, we're winding down this first half, aren't we? 9 minutes to go in a scoreless first half. See if the Vikings can put one in that net somewhere in his final 9 minutes. Give the Mustang defense a whole lot of credit. As the Vikings control it on the far side, now back to the middle of the pitch. They start to work. Montoro sends him with the left foot. Oh, Clark slipped as he tried to get to that one. Vikings do keep it alive, however. Out in front, here's a shot, and this one rolls wide left. Vikings did get a shot on it here. It was Newton with the left foot, but it rolled wide left. Lee sends this one to midfield. Vikings will keep it alive. Working off to the left side to Clark. Back to the middle, off the chest to one of the Vikings. I think that was off of Fernandez. Valley keeping the pressure on here. Again to Clark. With the left foot, sends it in, and Lee's over to grab that one. 7 minutes to go in the half. Now here come the Mustangs on the far side. This one's taken away by Gert. And the Vikings mount an attack again. This one's sent in by Clark, and once again, Dane Lee up to the task, comes out toward the front of the 18-yard box to grab that one. .6:27 to go in the half. Glad you can be with us on the Viking Sports Network. No score. And I'm sure Coach Hodzich, this is just what he likes. Low score, keep the Vikings off the board.
All right, Beatrice, go back to your notepad. Same teams.
6 minutes to go in the first half, no score.
Okay, and then for step 3.
In this first round game of the Heart of America Conference Tournament. No doubt one of the best small college conferences in college soccer. No question about that. On the far side, the Mustangs, they haven't had many opportunities. Hernandez has not been real busy. Baker and Culver Stockton now tied at 1 in the first half. Here come the Vikings, and ooh, had a chance at it there, but just unable to get much on the shot. That was a pretty good opportunity there, and just almost Fernandez just couldn't quite get the left foot on it. Had he been able to get into that one, it may have been a goal. He had that left side open. This one comes up in the stands, and the crowd continuing to grow as we go along tonight. Everyone bundled up. 4:40 to go in the half. This one sent all the way back to Lee by Pollock. Vikings will work the left side. Once again, it's Clark. Gets by a couple of defenders, brings it back to the middle of the pitch, sends it in, and Lee's able to come out and kick that one away. Vikings again had a great opportunity, and Lee was able just to kick that one away before Toro could get there. Here is Clark again trying to get through traffic. He does. Vikings will keep it in. Toro working the right side. Here's the pass. It's headed away by the Mustangs. The Vikings have had a couple of excellent chances in the last 2 minutes. But now we're down to just over 3 minutes to go in a scoreless first half. This one sent all the way down. 3 minutes to go in the half. Let's see if the Vikings can mount yet another attack here. Magalhaes lost control of it. Now Diallo had it. He had it taken away by Illich, the defenseman of the year in the Heart of America Conference. Here come the Vikes on the attack, and this one is onside. Here's the shot. Oh, and it hits the crossbar. And now one sent wide right. Boy, that was a good chance. That rattled a goal. As you can see it coming in from the right side. It was up, hit the crossbar. Oh, well, the goal is 8 feet tall. Had the goal been 8 feet 6 inches, Vikings would be up 1-0. It hit the crossbar. Eight feet high is that goal. We're down to 1 minute and 43 seconds to go in a scoreless first half. Vikings have had several good opportunities here in the last couple of minutes, but nothing to show for it. Conversano. Looks like Taranovich is going to send this one in from about 35 yards out. Where's number 9, Aiden Taranovich. Minute 9 and counting here in the first half. And Taranovich will send it toward the goal. It's headed away. Mustangs keep it in, and this one will roll wide right. Hernandez watched it go that way. So we're in the final minute of the first half. No score in this one. Again, the only other score we have, Baker and Culver Stockton tied at 1 in the first half. You give this one back to Hernandez. Hernandez swing it out to the right side. 30 seconds to go. So a real good chance this is going to be a scoreless first half. Magalhaes sends it back to Toro. With the left foot, he sends it in. Vikings would like one more shot here in the final seconds. They do send this one in, and it is saved by Lee. He went up high and got the hand on it and knocked it away. Good play. That was close to a goal in the final 10 seconds. Lee had to go up, I think, with the left hand and knock it away, and that's going to do it for the first half. Mount Mercy and the Vikings, no score. We're at the half in this quarterfinal game of the postseason tournament. Ready for the second half. No score. Mount Mercy and Missouri Valley in the first round of the quarterfinal round, actually, of the Heart of America Conference postseason tournament. Greg Mitchell Field, Walney Ashford Stadium on the campus of Missouri Valley College. Vikings will be going left to right or from north to northwest to southeast, the way the field lies here. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Transportation considerations provided by Elmer Hare Ford. Join the Elmer Hare family in Marshall. When we're on the road, our transportation provided by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. Underway here in the second half. Vikings quickly on the attack, looking for that first goal of the match. Baker leading Culver Stockton 2-1 at the half. All the other games were scoreless at the half. So on this cold night throughout the Midwest, Baker a 2-1 lead over Culver, and that's it as far as scoring in this quarterfinal round, at least to this point of the proceedings tonight. Vikings with it. Pedro Garcia. Let's see who's going to get the first goal of this match. Garcia gives it off to Corden. Vikings trying to keep possession of it here. I think they're going to call a foul on Polich. Now it's going to be on one of the Vikings, so the Mustangs will have possession. Again, coming into this game, or this match, 40 goals given up by Mount Mercy. The Vikings have only given up 11. But right now, this thing is nothing. Just what this is Mount Mercy saying, we like this. Garcia trying to get possession. He'll send it down, and it will be onside for the Vikes. Here's a shot, and there's the first goal of the match. The Vikings used that speed early in the second half to put one on the board. Boy, that was a nice attack by the Vikings as they get the goal, and it is Miguel Fernandez using his speed on the 2-1. They got it to him. He got by a defender, and he sent it in with the left foot right over the top of Lee. And early in the second half, in fact, we're not 2 minutes or 3 minutes into the second half, just barely 2 minutes into the second half, Fernandez with the goal, Miguel Fernandez, to give the Vikings a 1-0 lead. Fernandez, that's his fourth goal of the year. So the Vikes are up 1-0. Took them less than 3 minutes, about 2 minutes and 4 seconds of the second half to score. Here they come again. And that was just huge, I think, because to this point, the Mustangs have not had much of an attack. They've been really playing great defense. But now they're going to have to work a little bit, and the Vikings offensively, and the Vikings up 1-0, and boy, they showed their speed on that 2-1. That was just all speed by Fernandez. He outraced the defenders to that ball. Here come the Vikes again. Another good attack. Here's the shot to the left side, coming into the left side, keeping it alive. We'll send it back out. Now it's sent away, but the Vikes keep it in. They'll work it to the right side. Centered again, knocked away and out by one of the defenders for the Mustangs. Corner coming here for the Vikings. Corner coming for the Vikes, leading 1-0. Here's it in. They try to head it. It's loose. They head it again in front. Now it's sent away by one of the defenders. So it's sent right back to Lee. And Lee will grab that. bring it to the front of the 18-yard box and send it into Viking end. Diallo trying to get to that one. He is fast. He's quick. He thought there was a foul. Smile on his face. Mount Mercy out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the eastern portion of the state of Iowa, near Iowa City. Beautiful campus. We were there for basketball last year. Vikings lead 1-0 on the goal by Fernandez. Garrett is in the second half. Played a lot of players tonight. And again, Hernandez in at goal instead of Aaron Kunda. If the Vikings hold on and win this one, they'll play here again Tuesday. And we would have that for you on the Viking Sports Network. Send this one all the way across to Alex Corden. Corden up the right side, keeps it in play for the Vikes. Now it goes out right in front of the Viking bench. The Vikings have already, since they won the conference, have clinched a berth in the national tournament. First round action will be on November the 18th, Saturday the 18th. A good chance, now it's not, nothing's for sure, but a good chance the Vikings would be here. And if they would win a couple of games in this conference tournament, they certainly would get a first round berth. They're ranked in the top 5. They're ranked 4th right now. And then if you win that, it's on to Florida. 39 minutes to go in this one. Vikes up 1-0. The only other score with any scoring, Baker was leading Culver Stockton 2-1. The rest of the matches all 0-0 at last check. Mustangs need a goal to tie this one. They'll push it left side. Diallo, quick feet, but the Vikings were there to take that one. Now it goes out, and it's going to be a throw in for the Mustangs, and they quickly get it in. Working their left side. Bring it back. Good footwork. Vikings defense is there. And this one is off one of the defenders. Sent back out. The Mustangs able to keep it in the Viking zone. And this one is they had the player right in front of the net. Vikings thought it might have been offside, wasn't called, and that one hit one of the Vikings, and he was he was offside and he missed it. That was Pollock. So it's going to be a corner for the Mustangs. I don't know how they missed Pollock being that far off. And this one sails up and over the top and hits the football goal post. The upright on the left side. Valley up 1-0. Early goal, second half, Miguel Fernandez. Your Valley, ooh, boy, I tell you what, you could hear that from here as Alex Corden was kicked. Both players are down. Is Diallo and Corden. 37 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Corden holding his foot. And what he did, he went for the ball, and his right foot collided with the shin or ankle area of Diallo. Diallo's up. Now Corden is up very slowly. He's holding on to the instep of his right foot. He took a pretty good shot. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock on KMMO Radio, also on the Viking Sports Network. Number 2 Baker against the Vikings in football. We'll begin with a 1 o'clock pregame show, also on KMMO Radio. Then tomorrow night at 7 on the Viking Sports Network, you can watch the women. Drew Hawkins Vikings take on Mid-American Nazarene. The Lady Vikings are number 3 seed in the tournament. Also tomorrow night at 7 in the Burns Center, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium, Brett Holt's volleyball team will take on Evangel. And we'll keep you updated on that one throughout the soccer match as well. All right, we're ready to go. And this one is sent back to Hernandez. Now Corden will limp back onto the field. Vikings up 1-0. 37 minutes to go in this game. Corden tries to keep it in and does. Now it's knocked out by the Mustangs. 1-0 Valley, trying to get to the semifinal round Tuesday night. The women win tomorrow night. They'll have to wait and see. If the seeds hold, they would go to Benedictine next Wednesday. That's if the seeds hold. But we'll take what we can get, right? Grade 1-0 Valley. Filip Kovacevic is in the action. Belgrade, Serbia for the Mustangs. Here come the Vikings on the attack again. And this one is sent to midfield. Headed away as Diallo tried to get that. He has some speed. Send this one in. Is it onside? I believe it is, but tracked down by one of the defenders. Now the Vikings will keep it in. Here's Corden. This one will go out just the end of the Viking bench. 35.5 minutes to go. Vikings up 1-0, trying to play again next Tuesday. Vladi Simic made a good point before the match when we were talking. You're already in the national tournament, so that pressure's off. But you want to win. You want to keep the momentum going, and you wouldn't want to lose like tonight and then not play again until the 18th. So they'd like to win this one and keep moving on. They have a 1-goal lead, but sure like an extra one here. This one back to Hernandez. Boy, how Diallo was coming in on him, and he just kind of sent it off to the right side. Now Martorell off to the left. Back to Martorell at midfield. Martorell off to Illich. And the defender of the year in the conference gives it to Corden. Back to Illich. Good job by the Vikes to keep this one in. And now a trip as Garcia's tripped. 34 minutes left. Vikings will have possession. Here's Garcia. Garcia will send this one in. Knocked away and sent to midfield. And the Vikes send it right back in. And that is Michael Haas on the far end. Watching it go out. Michael Haas will have the throw in. And it's sent back out on the far side. And once again. $33 minutes left. Vikings up 1-0. Cedar Rapids, about a 4.5 hour drive from Marshall. Now Mercy with control on the far side. They've got a player down over there now. And that is Kovacevic. Filip Kovacevic is down. Congratulations to the women's basketball team. Won last night. Hannibal LaGrange put 98 points on the board. They're 2-0. And the men won today over Lindenwood Belleville at CMU. They're 2-0. They'll play again tomorrow against Lyon College in that CMU Classic. The women will play tomorrow afternoon. Midland Lutheran will be here, and that's at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So we have football, basketball, soccer, volleyball all on campus tomorrow. Kovacevic is up, being helped off the field, though. Not putting any pressure at all on his left leg. And we'll see what happened to him. He went and got the ball, and then it looks like he may have sprained or done something to that left ankle, because as he stretched to get the ball, his left ankle just kind of bent in an awkward way. So Kovacevic is helped off the field, and his coach, Amir Hodzic, is right there. And he'll be taken over to the training table behind the Viking bench, over to the training area. And those Viking trainers do a great job. We'll be taking a look at that. 1-0 Vikings. We're back to action, 32 minutes to go in this quarterfinal match. So far, the only goal off the foot of Miguel Fernandez, early second half. This one sent out on the far side. Here's a throw in. And this one's sent right back out. That was off of Viking, so the Mustangs had possession for a moment. Vikings take it away. Mautoro with the left foot all the way into Mustang territory. Last time these teams met in late October, it was 4-0 Vikings with a win in Cedar Rapids. Hernandez has to go high to get that one. Now here come the Vikings. Garcia, midfield. Gives it out there to Gert. Gets it back. Off to Illich. To Quarter. Nice move by Quarter. Gives it back to the middle. Vikings trying to control it. There's going to be a foul, and who's it going to be called on? Garcia has his arms outstretched as if to say, who, me? And that's the foul is going to be, I believe, on the Mustangs. And the Vikings get it in quickly. Here's Quarter. Sends it to the middle. Now Garcia with the left foot. He has a man in front, And it's saved by Lee. Dane Lee with the save. And that was Fernandez again, I believe, who had the shot at it. Boy, right in front. And he just didn't get much on that one. He was right out in front. But as it is, the Vikings are up 1-0, 29 minutes to go. And here come the Mustangs. Mustangs will have it out in front. This shot is blocked by one of the defenders and goes out toward the Malcolm Center for Student Life. Going to be a corner, and it'll be Conversano, James Conversano, out of Australia, who will have the corner here. And he'll hook this one in with the left foot, headed away. Another whistle, this shot taken, grabbed by Hernandez. Vikings will have possession with 28.5 minutes to go, leading 1-0. Trying to get to the second round Tuesday night. Here come the Vikings. Send it long to Garcia. Defense is there. The Vikings now try to, this one is sent out over the top of the Viking bench. You just, with that 1-0 lead, you'd just like to have one more goal. Give you a little bit of insurance here. One 0. Here comes the throw in for the Mustangs. And Polich unable to get to it. So the Vikes bringing up that far side again. Here they come. Get it to the middle. And one of the Vikings overran it. About 25 yards out. This one's sent out by the Mustangs. What the Vikings want to do is just continue to attack here. Garcia into Matoro. Good footwork by Joan. Back to Garcia in the middle. Nice pass. And can't quite get by the defender. Now this one's sent all the way down. And Hernandez just flips it by Diala. Still 26.5 minutes to go in this one. Matoro, left foot, right side, quarter. Corden sends it in. And on the far side, here come the Mustangs. Pollock try to get to it. Likes to take it back. They'll take their time. Two of the players go down. Garcia quickly up. Here come the Vikings with that 1-0 lead. Here's a long, high shot. Goes high and wide right. Garcia hustling in, and the shot was taken, but high, wide right. So still 1-0. This one's sent in about into the Viking end. And Hernandez hustling up to get this one, but I believe it was offside. It was. So 25 minutes to go. Valley up 1-0. On the goal early in this second half by Miguel Fernandez. Von Bursey. Headed away by the Vikings. Headed back by the Vikings. Keep that one in at midfield. Good job by Corden. Nagelhaus to the middle. Oh, the Vikings had a chance there. Got turned around right in front, about 10 yards out, 15 yards out. 24 minutes to go. Still 1-0. Corden will toss it in. Ready to come in for the Vikings is Dominic Newton. He's had a lot of different people in there tonight. Illich. That was Central Methodist. They leading Grandview. That game being played in Fayette tonight, of course. 2-0 in the second half. Central Methodist over Grandview, and that would go as the seeding, correct seeding. CMU the third seed. So they're leading 2-0 in their second half. That game in Fayette, about 48 miles from here. Corden to Garcia, left side, knocked away by Lee. 23 minutes to go. I send this one deep, and Hernandez has to come out and get it. Wow. I'll tell you, he didn't know whether to come all the way out or not, and he almost waited too long. But he was able to come out and grab that one. Coming in for Valley, Dominic Newton. McLaren coming back in. And it looks like Kovu coming back in too. So Vlad going to his bench some more. As he leads it, his team leads at 1-0. 21:40 left in this one. And it is Vikings with the lead. 1-0. Possession at midfield, controlled by the Vikings. McLaren had it for a moment, lost it. Now he picks it back up with the right foot. Lost it again. And you'd love to have, your Viking fan, you'd love to have one more goal here. If you're rooting for the Mustangs, you just keep it the way it is and try to tie this thing. Headed away by the Mustangs. Montoro keeps it in the Mustang end. And here come the Mustangs on the run. Montoro sends it all the way across to McLaren. McLaren left side. McLaren to Montoro. Into the corner, left side. Now back out front. Montoro with a left foot. Sends it too high and through the football goal uprights. Still 1-0. Time moving, 20 minutes to go. Time marches on in this one. Oh, it's 1-0 CMU. Okay, they had a 2-0, but just an error in their stats, so it's 1-0 CMU leading. in their home match with Grandview.
Yeah, okay.
Same as this score, 1-0 with 19 and a half minutes to go. Here come the Mustangs. Boy, they'd love to tie this thing up. And they have possession. The Vikings trying to regain possession, and they do. Now let's see if the Vikings can come on the attack.
Hockey, you can do it. Soccer? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's still tough. That's the point. It's like
This one is going to go out right in front of the
look at the guy that ran to
Mustang bench.
32. Take 2. 15, that's our guy. 31. Take 1.
Vikings in no hurry to put this one in play.
32.
Here's the throw in. There's a whiff by one of the Mustangs, and the crowd lets them hear about it. And a push is going to be called on Dragic. So the Vikings will have possession. Dragic didn't think so.
Thanks for selling it, too.
Vikings trying to move on in this conference tournament, leading by a slim margin of 1-0. But time continuing to roll, 18-19 left.
Sue, you had a question?
Again, if Vikes could get one more goal, they'd be in great shape in this one. Have not been a lot of goals scored so far in the conference tournament tonight. These teams played pretty close to the vest when you get into these tournaments.
We don't do JV sports.
Montoro keeps it in on the far side. Good job. And now out in front.
They have a JV.
To the left, here's a shot, saved by Lee. Now knocked away by one of the Mustangs. Good save by Dane Lee. Shot was right out in front, and Lee was able to save it. This one sent up over the Mount Mercy bench. Now here come the Vikings. McLaren midfield. Tries to put in another gear. He's tripped, goes down, and Vikings will have possession on the foul. So Valley will have possession here. 17 minutes left. Montoro puts it in play. All the way to Corden on the left side. Corden sends it in. Here's a set it out front, headed away by one of the Mustangs. Again, time continuing to wind down. We're down to the 16-minute mark. Vikings would like one more goal. Here we go. Working that right side, trying to get by the defense. Sends one over the top, and they'll have to run this one down. It's going to go out, I think, on the far side. Was it saved? Yeah, but no, but I think it'll be a throw in for the Mustangs. This one to midfield, all the way back, and it's going to be headed back to Hernandez. Hernandez in goal tonight instead of the regular goalie, Aaron Kunda. Now they gets a little pressure on him, so he has to pick it up. And here's a trip. And one of the Vikings is down. 15-16, that's McLaren. Valley with control. A slim lead of 1-0. Tried to get this one up to McLaren. Sent it in too far. Good job by the Mustangs. Here they come on the counterattack. Working into the corner left side. Send it back out in front. Headed away. Mustangs keep it in. Now the Vikings are able to clear it. And there's a trip about 20 yards out. That was Corden. Oh, excuse me, Corden passed it ahead. So the Vikes will have possession here. We're going to have a yellow card. And that yellow card belongs to Rohan Lindsay. Lindsay is out of Jamaica. He gets the yellow card. So Garcia will bring it in from 25, 24 yards out on that left side, on the right side, excuse me. Left side for the goalie, hooks it right to Lee. Ball is up in the air, headed away now. Lee got his hands on it, knocked it away, and it was headed away by one of the defensemen. Lusevich will come back into the action. Lucas started the match. One 0. Not a very big margin of no margin of error for the Vikings here. It goes way up in the air, headed by Valley. It'll be out on the far side. The only goal came about 2 minutes and 4 seconds into the second half, off the foot of Miguel Fernandez. That has been it. Here comes McLaren up the far side. Whoa, he's shoved out rather rudely. Vikings trying to keep possession. This one sent all the way in, and Hernandez watches it sail wide left. All right, Hernandez will put it in play. Vikings on the attack. Knocked away. And up the left side, here come the Mustangs. Matorral tries to get to it. Mustangs have a little something going here from the left side. And the Vikings able to take it away. Well, I tell you what, another yellow card's going to be given out here. And this one, I think, is going to we'll see who this one is on. We'll wait and find out. So another yellow card on the Mustangs, I believe. It was. 11:30 to go. Vikings up the left side. They'll center one. It's out in front. Knocked away. Oh, did they have a chance there?
And stat 3 is second. 2 and D.
With the left foot.
Just hard. H-E-A-R-T with capital.
Look out. Once again, the Mustangs on the attack. Looking for that centering pass. They shoot it across. It'll be saved on the right side. Vikings try to clear it out. CMU now does have a 2-0 lead over Grandview in the second half. That game in Fayette tonight. CMU, the third seed, and they're leading 2-0. McLaren drops it in. 10:46 to go in this one. Vikings hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Here they come left side. And Lee is knocked down. The goalie, Mount Mercy, comes away with it. 10.5 minutes to go. Vikings hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Good job by Mount Mercy tonight defensively. And let's see who's coming in for the Vikings. Raheem Malone is coming in. He's from Carousel. So Malone is in. Vikes up 2-0 or 1-0. All right, send this one in left side. It's headed away. Under 10 minutes to go now. Vikings, you'd like another goal, but you certainly want to play good defense. This final 10, not 9.5 actually. Leading 1-0. Lee has a nice job in goal tonight. He's given up 25 goals on the season, 26 goals on the season, but just one of those tonight. Vikings try to take it away on that far side, unable to do so. Now the Mustangs trying to mount an attack. Trailing 1-0. They just want somehow to get a shot here. Here they come. They've got possession. Vikings, pretty good defense on the far side. When you're up 1-0, anything can happen. That shot is blocked. 8.5 to go. Vikings playing some pretty good defense. Now they want to counterattack. Here comes McLaren. McLaren midfield. Swings it off to the left side. Fire this one in and goes through everyone right to Lee. 8 minutes to go. 1-0 Vikings. Again, tomorrow we'll have football for you and women's soccer on movell.edu. Football against Baker University. We'll start that cast at 1 o'clock. Kickoffs at 1:30. movell.edu, also KMMO radio for that. Then tomorrow night, women's soccer team will play Mid-American Nazarene. We'll have that for you at 7. At the same time, Evangel will be in to take on the volleyball team. We'll have reports on that. We'll keep you updated on that match as we go through soccer. And then tomorrow afternoon, the 2-0 Viking women's basketball team will take on Midland Lutheran tomorrow afternoon at 3, the Burns Center. 7 minutes left in a 1-0 contest here. Vikings have controlled, however. It's just 1-0. Okay, here come the Vikings. McLaren right down the middle. Oh, McLaren sends the pass off to the right. He centers it, and a great save by Lee. Oh, man, right out in front, and Lee was there at the right angle. Whoa. That would have made it 2-0. That's what the Vikings were looking for, but a good job by Lee. That went right to him. He really didn't have time to react. He was in the right place, right time. 6.5 minutes left. The Mustangs try to go on the attack here. 1-0. Off to Corden. On the right side, Corden keeps it in play. And now a trip. Vikings will have the throw in right in front of their own bench. Benedictine leading Mid-America Nazarene 1-0. That's in the second half. So 1-0 Benedictine with a lead against Mid-America Nazarene. The 4 quarterfinal matches all being played tonight. Semifinals are Tuesday and the men's final next Friday. As far as the women, they'll play their quarterfinals tomorrow night, semifinals Wednesday night, and the championship matches a week from tomorrow. Winding down to the 5-minute mark. The Mustangs looking for that tying goal. And the Vikings trying to hang on, maybe get a goal of their own, or at least keep the Mustangs out for 5 more minutes. Here, this one is sent in, and Hernandez does a nice job coming out to get that one. Now he'll hold it as Pollock, their leading goal scorer, is right there. Vikings up the left side. They'll be taken now by the Mustangs. Trying to get a goal and maybe pull off an upset on the number 1 seed. They are the 9 seed coming into this tournament, and they only trail 1-0. Vikings now want to push it. They have Garcia. Ooh, that hit the leg of one of the defenders. They tried to sneak that pass through a couple defenders. Vikes will keep it in. 4 minutes to go. This goes out right in front of the Valley bench. Viking throw in Corden. Or no, they're going to say Mustang possession. One nothing Vikings. We're getting late in this one. In regulation, anyway. Three and a half minutes to go. Mustangs try to mount an attack here. What the Vikings would like to do is just play good defense and get out of here with a W. Valley again up the left side. They have control. 3:18 to go. They'll take their time here. Be in no hurry. Now the Mustangs send it all the way down right side. Trying to get possession there. And they keep this one in. Diallo can't get to it, however, but the Mustangs kept it in. Now the Vikings go try to get possession. Under 3 minutes left. Viking possession. So the Vikes will have it. 2:40 left. Up 1-0. They've had some chances. Not that many in the second half. They had some real good chances in the first half. Two minutes to go. Vikings trying to move on in the Tuesday semifinal. And they'll send it deep into the Mount Mercy end at the 2-minute mark. Mount Mercy keeps it in. Good job by the Vikes as they work to keep possession. Going to be Viking possession. 1:50 and counting. Valley in no hurry right now. Getting ready to come back in for the Vikings. Who gets a chance is Clayton Sosa. Vikings will have it. 1:37 to go. Taking all the time in the world here. Why not? And here's the left foot. They send it out in front, try to head it in, but Lee's there to make the save. And here come the Mustangs with 1:20 to go. They a little sense of urgency, see if they can't make a run at that tying goal here in the final minute. They'll send this one in from deep, trying to get it to Diella. Either Diella or Pollock. But the Vikes won't have anything of that, and they send it in with 1 minute now. 1 minute to go. So the Vikes trying to hang on to a 1-0 win here and move on into the semifinals. The only goal came 2 minutes and 4 seconds into the second half off the foot of Miguel Fernandez. And the Vikes send this one up into the bleachers. Why not? 37 seconds to go. And coach wanted to stop the clock, and they did as that ball went way up in the bleachers. Now all the Vikings want to do is get it down to the Mount Mercy end one more time, and they'll send this one out. Diallo was making a move there, and they were able to send that one out. 24 seconds. They'll stop the clock. So they'll have a throw in here. Vikings need to make one more defensive stop. They'll throw this one in. It's headed up in the air. Now Mercy going to keep it in play, and this one goes on. That went in. That went in. A high arching kick, and it goes over the top of Hernandez into the net to tie this at 1. Unbelievable. We'll have to wait and see who it was. It may have been Lindsay. Let's see. That ball went high in the air and came down over the top of Hernandez for the goal. Wow. 1-1 with 12 seconds to go in regulation. Wow. And the Mustangs are still alive. Unbelievable. I thought it was on top of the net, but it somehow curved in for the goal. So we're going to go to overtime. Well, you play and you only have a 1-goal lead. That's what can happen. So we are down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Folks, we're going to overtime in this quarterfinal game. We're tied at 1. We'll be back with the overtime in a bit. We're ready to go. What a development, huh? A late goal, 12 seconds to go by the Mustangs. We're now in overtime. The Mustangs are really thinking upset here. So we go to overtime.
All right, hey, graphics, don't put a clock on there. Just go 1-1.
What an upset this would be.
Just go 1-1. Don't show the clock.
Here we go. In the first 10-minute overtime period,
Don't show a clock. We don't have to do
all the momentum now has to be to the Mustangs. The Vikings controlled everything, and all of a sudden, they find themselves in overtime. That's what happens when you can't get that second goal. Mustangs looking for an upset here. Vikings are already in the national tournament on the 18th, but wow, what a win this would be if the Mustangs could pull off the upset here.
So here we go.
It might cost the Vikings probably not. They'd probably still be at home. All right, we play on the Vikings trying to put the pressure on early in overtime, but the Mustangs able to control it. It was a high arching shot and somehow went over the head of Hernandez. Now they send this one up, trying to get it to Diala. Diala has it. Here he comes on the right side. His shot is high and wide right. That's one of the best shots the Mustangs have had all night long. So the Vikings now in overtime. MNU and Benedictine tied at 1 in the second. This would be the big upset if the Mustangs would win this one. They're the 9 seed. The Vikings are 1. It's 1-1, overtime. Vikings won the regular season match 4-0. That doesn't matter, does it? Goal here wins it for either side. And all the momentum has to be on the side of the Mustangs. They didn't think they were going to still be playing. We're in overtime, the first overtime period.
Graphics. Same score thing instead of second. Click OT.
Here come the Mustangs on the run. They'll send this one deep. And no one there for the Mustangs. Overtime, Mid-American Nazarene, Benedictine, just like this one. That one's 1-1. Here's a long pass up. And this one goes out. It should be Mustang possession. Score came with 12 seconds remaining. Vikings needed to clear it one more time, and they couldn't get it done. Now this one headed by the Vikings. On the far side. Send this one in. Good defense by the Mustangs. I'll guarantee this Mustangs, they're going to play swarming defense now. And Lee's made a couple of great saves. You remember late in the second half, one of the Vikings had a shot point blank range, and he made a tremendous one-on-one save. Vikings are already in the national tournament, but they'd like to improve their seed and their position with a win here. The Mustangs need to win to have any hope alive of winning the conference tournament. Send this one up. Here come the Vikings. Ooh, there's a push. Vikings try to control it. They'll keep it in play. And there is going to be a penalty, I believe, on one of the... that is going to go, I think, on Orlando Clark. And one of the Vikings is down. took a pretty good shot. Clark goes down as well. Clark's limping a little bit. That's Montoral. He's limping a little bit. Yellow card going to Orlando Clark. All right, let's see if the Vikes can take advantage of this here. Illich will send it in. About 37 yards out. And whistle stops play just as Illich is coming up to the ball. We're at the 5:45 mark. Here's Illich. Sends it in. Oh, he almost scored from 37 out. That thing went just wide right. Oh, how close was that to a game winner? He blasted that one, and I'm telling you, it didn't miss by much. Well, this one's sent in now. And the Mustangs trying to control it. Mustangs have it in. Here's a shot, and it is saved at the last moment by Hernandez. Oh, man. Wow. That is by far the best opportunity by the Mustangs. Hernandez somehow came out of there with it. One of the Vikings is down. That was an excellent play by Hernandez. Corden got to it, and then Hernandez dove on it. And I don't know how the Mustangs didn't get a better shot on goal than that. Ooh, that was close to a game winner for the Mustangs. Corden's been down a couple times. Nice play by Hernandez. Well, you gave the Mustangs life, and right now, CMU wins. They beat Grandview 3-0, so they move on. Vikings again already in the national tournament, but they'd like to win this one. Now the crowd getting into it. But I'll tell you what, Mount Mercy's picked up, or they have picked up the pace here a little bit. The Mustangs are fired up after that late goal. They've got a chance to win. McLaren keeps it alive. McLaren sends it in. This is going to be onside. Here's the shot. It is, oh, just wide left. Just wide left. That was close to a game winner. Oh, my goodness, how close. McLaren's pass was ahead. The shot was taken. It was hooking left, and it missed by a whisker. Shot was taken by Toro. Oh, a foot away from a win. Now we play on with 3:37 to go in the first overtime. It should be Viking possession on the far side. Oh, Toro's shot just hooked too much. Been a heck of a match, no matter who wins it. Vikings win, they'll play Tuesday. If Mount Mercy wins, they'll be on the road somewhere Tuesday. CMU won tonight, 3-0. Here's Corden. Back to the top to Montoral. His left-footed shot goes high, no good. But again, if you're the Vikings, a little more breathing room, no matter what happens tonight. We are now at 2:32, first overtime. Lee will send it in. The Mustangs keep it alive up the sideline. Hey, Diallo is fast. They can get the ball to him. He can do a lot of things with it. Here to come the Mustangs on the attack. Nice spin move. They keep control. Looking for Diallo. Can't get it to him. Vikings now headed away, and the Mustangs trying to keep it in the Viking zone. And they're doing a pretty good job of it. Now there's a foul. I think this will be on the Mustangs. A minute 48, first overtime, 1-1. Illich sends it up the right side. Vikings have had a couple of good opportunities, and I'll tell you, Mount Mercy had a great opportunity here in this overtime. Neither one could score. Here come the Vikes. In the first overtime, taken away by the Mustangs. Vikings wanted a foul, didn't get the call. A minute 20 to go in overtime number 1. Send this one to midfield. McCarron trying to take it away. A minute 9 to go. Hey, there's plenty of time. This Mount Mercy team scored with 18 seconds to go, 12 seconds to go. Here comes Mount Mercy. They've got a chance here. On the run, they send it to the left side in the final minute of the overtime. Now the Vikes take it back. 52 seconds to go. Vikings to McLaren. McLaren, he's going to, he had, now it's 2-on-1. That one goes high in the air. McLaren trying to keep it alive. Ball's going to be controlled by Mount Mercy. 38 seconds to go in the first overtime. And we have an injured player. 32 seconds to go, first overtime, tied at 1. Vikings had a couple of good chances here. The Mount Mercy had a great chance to score, and a good save by Hernandez. Again, we have football tomorrow. That'll be coming your way at 1 o'clock. We have women's soccer tomorrow night. That may be McLaren who's down. So McLaren is the Viking who is down. This match tied at 1. We are in overtime. Women's tomorrow night, Mid-American Nazarene the opponent. So CMU has moved on. Winner of this one will play either Benedictine or Mid-American Nazarene. And I guarantee you those two schools are rooting for Mount Mercy. They get a home match if the Vikings get upset tonight. Baker was leading Culver at last check. They would host CMU if they hold on to win. All right, McLaren is up. While we have a moment, tell you that again, for the next 40 minutes or so, pop-up gallery tonight in downtown Marshall for one day only. The Missouri Valley College Art Club hosting a pop-up art gallery on the square. Artwork made by students at MVC on display and for sale. That's at 12 North Jefferson Avenue on the square in Marshall. That's going on for the next 50 minutes or so you can still stop by and check that out. We'll take a look at the women's bracket here while we get a chance as we wind down play here in the first overtime. Missouri Valley playing Mid-American Nazarene again. That is tomorrow night at 7. Benedictine hosting a game tomorrow night. So is CMU. And Graceland will host Grandview. All right. 13 seconds to go. The Vikings will have a throw, and it appears we're heading to another overtime. Unless something crazy happens like happened at the end of regulation. I don't think it will. Nope, that's going to do it. Folks, we're going to play another overtime. We're tied at 1. Quarterfinals of the Heart of America Conference Tournament. We're coming right back. Very short break, and we'll be ready to go in the second overtime. As the Vikings and Mustangs tied at 1, Benedictine and Mid-America were tied at 1 in OT. If this one, those two teams will be rooting for the Mustangs. They'd get a home match next Tuesday. Vikings want to win to have that match here. Second 10-minute overtime coming up. Then we go to PKs. And the temperature continues to drop. Where are we now? 50 degrees. It's a cool 50 degrees. All right, we start the second overtime. Vikings trying to prevent the upset. And Mount Mercy knowing the only way they have a chance to get to the national tournament is to win the conference tournament. Send this one up the left side to the Mustangs. It's sent out over there by the Vikings. The Mustangs scored with 12 seconds to go in regulation. So yes, every second does count. And the Mustangs had a great chance in the first overtime. The Vikings had a couple of good chances. Here come the Mustangs on the attack. Vikings trying to keep it away. Remember, in the first match between these two teams, it was won by the Vikings quite easily, 4-0. Now Martoro sends it to midfield. Here come the Vikings on the run. The Mustangs are back defensively. Souza. And now the Vikings will get it. Getting a little rough out there. We'll be here at 1 o'clock tomorrow for football. Baker, the opponent. Now we have a Mustang down. Looks like a cramp. Baker won, beat Culver Stockton 2-1. So they will host CMU. So they'll host CMU Tuesday night. That match is set. Benedictine Mid-America is still playing, and if Valley gets upset, they would host. All right, Vikings will have it. With 8:31 to go in the second overtime. Now here's an interesting thought. If this goes to PKs, does Vladimir Simic bring Irankunda in, or do you stay with Hernandez? We may find out in about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, Vikings. They'll send it in. Try to head it toward the goal. It's still there, now knocked away at the last moment by one of the Mustangs. Vikings try to keep it in. But here come the Mustangs on the run. Valley's going to save it, knock it back in. They'll work it to the middle. Mustangs trying to do something with it here. They'll send it up the sideline, but it's kept in by Valley. Valley working the left side through traffic. Send it out in front. It's knocked away at the last moment. Vikings had a player there, but one of the defenders got in the way. Here's Diella. He is speedy. Diella trying to break it through traffic, and now he loses it, and the Vikings will come back with it. Urgency now, guys. Here's Garcia. Sends it in. 1-on-2. Headed away. Vikings will keep it in the zone. Back to the middle. Oh, they had a player. I think Toro was there, but they couldn't get it to him. Now off to the left side for the Vikings. The number 1 seed. Try not to get upset here in the quarterfinal round. 7:09 to go in the second overtime. Vikings will have possession. Benedictine defeats Mid-American Nazarene. Oh, it's 1-1 double overtime. So they're going to double overtime. The one side of the bracket set, not this one. CMU at Baker, and both of these matches in double overtime. All right, here's Motorol. Trying to get everybody set. 6:43 to go. Clock is still running, and the officials are coming back. The referee coming over now. They stopped the clock with 6:37 to go. Clock ran for a long time. Referee points at his watch. All right. Here's Motorol. And he sends it in, and it's taken by Lee. Good job by Lee. Lee will send it to midfield. Trying to get it there to Junior Diella. Vikings with possession again. Boy, they controlled the entire match, it seemed, but gave up that goal with 12 seconds to go. So here come the Mustangs. They want to pull off a big upset tonight in the conference tournament. Here they come. Vikings able to take it away. Now the Vikes the other way. Send this one in. It's headed back. 5:49 to go in the second overtime. They try to get it to Diallo. This one headed out right in front of the Viking bench. It'll belong to the Mustangs. So here comes the throw in. Vikings control it. Now it's sent out. It should be Valley possession. It will be. Winding down to the 5-minute mark of the double overtime. Now Fernandez comes in. Lottie used a lot of different people tonight. His team already in the national tournament on the 18th. They know that. And they probably will have a home match regardless of what happens. I say probably. Now we have another player down, this time for the Mustangs in front of their own bench. And now a couple players kind of get into it down there. And it's Dragic. He already has a yellow card tonight, and he's upset. And he was barking at Garcia. Garcia tried to help him up. And we're still talking down there. Clock is stopped at 4:49 of the second overtime. Now we're back in play. 1-1, winding down overtime number 2. Vikings try to get something on the attack, but right now the Mustangs are all over it defensively. Trying to get one to Diallo. That's what they want. He is so quick. 4:18 and counting here in the double overtime. Conversano will put it in play. 4 minutes to go. Double overtime. The third seed, second seed win tonight. Here it comes in with the left foot, And this time to Hernandez, it almost looked like a replay of the goal that tied it. Now the Vikes, under 4 minutes to go, pushing it to midfield, sending it up their left side. Knocked away nicely by the Mustangs. This one will go out, and whose possession? Going to be Mustang possession. Here's the throw in, headed back. Mustangs will send this one deep. Diala's going to head in and try to get after it. You better get it back to Hernandez. Man, is he fast. Well, we may be down to PKs in this one. Vikings give it off to Clark, who's back in. Now try to get it to Garcia. Knocked out of bounds by Clark. 2:48. In double overtime. Again, a goal with 12 seconds in regulation. Here come the Mustangs. They've got a shot here on the attack. They work it to their left side. Knocked away. They still have control. Here's a shot on goal. It goes wide to the right. 2:15. Off to the right side, the Vikings. They'll set it back. Send a long shot, and it's taken by Lee. Lee's had a nice night in goal. He gave up 25 goals in the regular season. Had a nice night tonight. Made a couple of real nice saves. Players standing on both sides on the benches. We're down to 1:30. Clark is grabbed, no call. Matorral sends it right side. And just about all the all of the Mustangs are within 20 yards of the goal. They're not going to let anything happen here. Illich tries to split a double team, does. Vikings now one more shot. Here's a shot, and it's just wide again. Oh my goodness. Lee might have got a hand on it. The shot by Illich just wide right. I think he got a hand on it. Oh, that was close to ending it. 48 seconds to go. Illich fired it, and yeah, Lee got a hand on it. Here's the corner. Here's the header. It's loose out in front, knocked away. The Vikings keep it in. Here's another shot, long range. That one's tipped away. Another great save by Dane Lee. A great save. Oh, what a save by Lee. Here's the header again. This one's going to come down to PKs. Oh, Lee dove for that one. They'll send this one in 15 seconds to go. Lee grabs it. He has been the man of the hour for the Mustangs. What a great save. Now this is going to go out. Folks, we're through double overtime, and we are tied in this one. We are tied at 1 through double overtime. We're trying to debate whether that shot hit the top of the net that went in or somehow snuck in the corner. There wasn't any argument or complaint, so obviously it went in at the end of regulation. Now we go to PKs. And the PKs, the key is to get a couple of saves. Mount Mercy trying to stay alive in this tournament. They had really a miracle goal. With about 12 seconds to go. All right. In goal first will be Lee. He just made a tremendous save in the final minute of the second overtime. And I think Illich will go first. Euros Illich will go first. If you're a goalie here, you're guessing. All right, Illich against Lee.
All right, so here's what's going to happen. Actually, no, 2, you track the ball. I was going to say, just stay on the goal, but no, 2 track the ball.
You play double overtime, it's tied at 1. So Illich and Lee. Lee just made a tremendous save on Illich in the last minute.
If they score, you go hero. If they don't score, you go goal.
All right, here we go. Illich against Lee, the first in the PKs. And it's good as Illich goes right, Lee Guest left. 1-0 Vikings. Now, Hernandez steps in. The key is now for Hernandez is to get a stop. Easier said than done. And this is going to be Conversano, James Conversano against Hernandez. He missed it! He missed it! He hit the crossbar and it bounced back. Conversano hit the crossbar and it bounced back. 1-0 Vikings. Now it's going to be Pedro Garcia against Lee. So Garcia against Lee. Vikings up 1-0. We're through 1. Garcia puts it in with the left foot. Now, if you are the Mustangs, you almost have to score. Very difficult to get down 2-0 in these PKs. This is going to be Savo Dragic against Hernandez. Dragic against Hernandez. Crowd on their feet. Here he comes. It's saved! Oh, what a save by Hernandez! Hernandez makes the save. What a save by Hernandez, and it's 2-0. Oh, my goodness. Let's take a look at the replay here. Oh, Hernandez with the left hand just knocked it away. What a save. And it's 2-0 Vikings. I tell you, young man, a heck of a save. Vikes up 2-0. This is Toro. 3-0. So the Vikings in great shape as Toro scores. in PKs. But what a save by Hernandez.
Ready, one.
He saved the first two.
Take one. Ready, two. We'll give him the long walk up. 2 games out of it. Take two.
Here comes the next PK for the Mustangs. And that is Reiser. He puts it in. It's 3-1. 3-1. So Reiser scores, and this is going to be Glusevich. Glusevich trotting up to the referee. It's 3-1. Here's Glusevich. Glusevich against Lee. Glusevich eyes it. Sends it in. Got it! And that's it! The Vikings win it. The Vikings win it 4-1 in PKs and give a lot of credit to David Hernandez. The first PK shot by Mount Mercy hit the crossbar, but the second was a tremendous save. The Vikings go 4 for 4 against Dane Lee. What a match. And the Vikings move on. They'll host here Tuesday night, and we'll have it for you on moval.edu. Well, it doesn't get much more exciting than what we have seen tonight. Vikings win it in PKs 4-1. Congratulations, a heck of an effort by Mount Mercy. They were the underdogs, and they scored with 12 seconds to go in regulation. We go through 2 overtimes, and the Vikings win it in PKs by the score of 4-1 in PKs. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission of the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Transportation considerations provided by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. Join the Elmer Hare family and Elmer Hare Ford. When we go on the road, we're always in a Ford, driving in luxury in a Ford from Elmer Hare Ford. Hope you enjoyed it. Vikings win it in PKs. They'll host Tuesday night. We'll have it for you on the Viking Sports Network. Don't forget tomorrow, it's football. Number 2 Baker against the Vikings. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock on the Viking Sports Network, also on KMMO Radio. And then tomorrow night at 7, it'll be the women's turn in soccer as the Vikings take on the Pioneers of Mid-America Nazarene at 7. We'll have that. Also, we'll be giving you reports tomorrow night on what's happening in volleyball as the Vikings hosting Evangel in the Burns Center. For Chaz Maddie and his entire crew, I'm Ken Quiava. Hope you enjoyed it tonight on the Viking Sports Network. Vikings move to the semifinals as they win it 4-1 in PKs over the Mount Mercy Mustangs. We'll do it again tomorrow for football at 1 o'clock. Good night from Marshall.